Hello. Can't believe it's already week 8, but here we are, and here's my final project. I first want to start off by saying that I feel like I took a lot away from this class. I know that I missed a couple assignments because work and life got busy, but I really did learn a lot about social media, and I feel like my viewpoint and opinion about social media was constantly changing throughout the course, which was a really cool experience. So, thank you for having such an amazing course um, centered around social media. I went ahead and had to write down my responses to the final project because I felt like I wasn't going to be able to remember everything. So if it looks like I'm looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at what I wrote down. So, um, like I said, in the past couple of weeks, my opinion of social media has consistently been going back and forth. One week, I feel like my opinion about social media has been negative, where then the next week, I start finding the benefits behind social media and having a more positive outlook about it. But one opinion of mine that I feel like hasn't changed all that much was the concept that we learned about in week 2, which was about how social media interacts with our social relationships and not necessarily in a positive way. It really hit home for me when I was reading chapter 8 of our social media and your brain textbook by Prado, when it pointed out that social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is really centralized around likes, retweets, loves, and follows, and so on. And it almost kind of brings an addiction to the table where the more likes and follows we get, the more attention we are given. And well, the more attention that we get, the more we feel desired and wanted. But no matter how many likes and follows we gain, we're not investing our time into quality social interaction. And so because of that, we're not developing proper relationships, and in turn we're actually feeling more lonely. And this was something that I always kind of found to be true, especially from personal experience. I find that a lot of people I follow on social media accounts are posting things that are almost Instagram worthy or Facebook professional in order to get a whole bunch of likes to feel desired. And I sometimes find that to feel a little falsified and fake. So it was kind of great to see that some of our reading material from our course supported this idea. Other outside sources besides the Prado text that I felt supported this would be Sherry Turkle. She was the woman who held the TED Talk about how technology has set us up for trouble in our relationships. She pointed out something that was how us as humans are getting used to being alone together. And we spend our dinners together with families and friends, but half the time we're like reading something off of our phones, or we're tweeting someone, or we're responding to text messages. And so even though we're together, we're actually not even conversating with each other. And in turn, we're spending time together alone. So to me, I feel like she would totally support the concept that social media is contributing to loneliness. Another outside source that I felt would support this idea of social media creating loneliness would be Susan Pinker. She was the one, the other TED Talks actually during that week. I just feel like she would have been a really good person who would agree with me as well, because she feels that in-person human connection is the key to longer life. She made the point that face-to-face contact releases neurotransmitters, all the while lowering stress and cortisol levels. And she feels that there's power to face-to-face contact rather than being behind a screen, which I totally believe in. So that's why I feel like she would also agree with my point on social media and its negative effects on our relationships. But sorry, I don't know if you could hear my cat, but I have the door closed to my office. But to get back on track, the point that I'm making is not to be completely 100% negative about social media. In fact, I think social media in regards to relationships has introduced me to more people, meeting friends of friends through likes and shares. And but I think it's this point of loneliness is brought on by social media has definitely opened my eyes, and it's made a fact, or at least to me, that social media cannot be my only source of social interaction. Having that face-to-face interaction is powerful and healthy, and ever since learning that, in week 2, I've made more of an effort to speak to people in public, and what I've noticed, at least for me, is that my stress has gone down and my patience with people has increased. So all that to say, again, my view on social media still is constantly changing. Some days I love it, some days I hate it. But going forward, I think now I'm going to remind myself to not allow social media to be the only source of human connection for me. So I think the intent and the reasoning behind why social media exists in the first place was a really great idea. But I just need to keep reminding myself that face-to-face interaction is good for my soul and for my health. And if I keep reminding myself that, then maybe I won't rely on social media every time I want to connect with someone. And I think for me, that's kind of a big step. So, gosh, this was 7 minutes and I'm really sorry. I felt like I rambled on, but I really did take away a lot from this course. And thanks for watching.